Welcome to Tech Intersect. I'm your host, Tanya Evans, and my life and work exist at the heart of law, business, and technology. Yeah, I've earned a few fancy titles and degrees over the years, but the bottom line is I'm a writer, speaker, teacher, and lifelong learner, and I'm really excited that you've joined me on this journey. So what is Tech Intersect? Well, it's authentic, empowering conversations with really interesting guests who demystify complex topics to prepare you for the future, because your future is now. And it exists where law, business, and tech intersect. Get ready to listen, learn, and leverage. Let's get started. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this special episode of the Tech Intersect podcast. There is a lot going on in the wild and sometimes wonderful world of crypto. And I wanted to share this quick episode with you to give you my thoughts in summarized form about the FTX centralized crypto exchange and the disgraced founder, Sam Bankman-Fried. It's been all over the news and social, and I've received so many questions about it that even though I'm having a short hiatus to onboard a new podcast production team, that I needed to hop on here with some feedback and preparation for my full recap and my year-end State of Crypto and Where We Go From Here episode this coming Friday, December 16th. So be sure you've subscribed on your favorite podcast app or platform or at techintersect.buzzsprout.com. I'm also doing a segment on Yahoo Finance this week on Thursday, December 15th at 4 p.m. Eastern to talk about how the FTX collapse has caused legal fallout and ramifications for celebrities like Larry David, Naomi Osaka, Tom Brady, Steph Curry, and Kevin O'Leary, who were paid millions to endorse the exchange and who also received the platform token FTT as well. More on that on tomorrow's segment and also on Friday's episode of Tech Intersect. So here's where we are now, and check the show notes for a link to the summary if you're not familiar with FTX or its founder. But Sam Bankman-Fried, founder of the collapsed centralized exchange, FTX, was arrested Monday afternoon by local officials at his Bahamian residence on a host of charges listed in an indictment that was originally sealed but unsealed on the day after, I believe, his arrest. And the indictment came from the Southern District of New York. The indictment was unsealed Tuesday morning, and the U.S. began extradition from the Bahamas to bring SBF, as he's often referred to, back to the United States to face these charges. There's this long-standing treaty with the Bahamas based on a 1931 treaty with Great Britain, actually, and that's because the Bahamas did not actually achieve its independence until July 10th of 1973. But anyway, SBF is contesting extradition, and this is no surprise given his "I'm a bad businessman, not a fraudster" apology tour on TV and Twitter and everywhere in between. He was actually scheduled to appear via video conference to testify before Chairwoman Maxine Waters and the full House Financial Services Committee on Tuesday, December 13th. That didn't happen, obvi. And the newly selected FTC Group CEO, John J. Ray III, who previously worked on many large corporate bankruptcies, including Enron's liquidation, he did appear. And he and the committee leadership delivered opening remarks. He was an excellent witness. I felt for him because many people were more prepared than some of the members of the House Financial Services Committee, and it pains me to actually say that. And I'm thinking of one in particular who took this great opportunity to actually make jokes like he wanted to, have a resolution that changes the name of crypto to creepy dough. And I'm like, that is the most unserious comment there ever was, and it was an embarrassment to even hear. I'll talk more about that on Friday. But anyway, John Ray was a great witness, and there were some very important insights and some absolute bombshells from his testimony. So I look forward to covering that more on Friday. This Wednesday morning, the Senate Banking Committee held its own FTX collapse hearing. I'm still working my way through that. It had a host of witnesses, including some academics whom I know, and also Kevin O'Leary. He was very transparent about his involvement with FTX, but also gave an important reminder to the committee that the failure and likely legal liability in this case is a result of someone who mishandled customer funds for his own benefit. That's not a crypto problem. That's a criminal problem. And for everyone who says there's no regulation, I beg to differ, because we just had an indictment come from the SDNY. We have charges filed by the Securities and Exchange Commission. We have also the CFTC jumping in as well. So evidently, there are a host of laws already on the books and a host of regulations already on the books that apply in the case where someone defrauds and mishandles consumer funds. That just is the truth. Now, are there opportunities to fill in holes and gaps and give greater regulatory clarity and a legal framework where centralized exchanges can operate? Absolutely. But it is disingenuous to say that there's no regulation and no rules, and also to lump all 22,000 plus different types of coins and tokens into one category. Bitcoin is very different than some type of DeFi token that's created out of thin air. Someone pumps and dumps, and then it disappears. Very, very different. ETH, also a commodity like Bitcoin, very, very different. And there's no way to actually stop this technology, just move it offshore so that the United States falls further and further and further behind. So I'll talk about all of that more in a longer episode on Friday, but I wanted to just hop on now and give you these initial insights, and to also just to give you some assurance that there is some light at the end of this dark tunnel. And I actually think it's a good thing to root out all of the bad actors in the space so that this technology and the original purpose and the promise can be fully realized. And also, a lot of the calls against crypto and blockchain technology was also said about the internet. There's literally no new argument at this point. It was all said about the internet, and the internet seems to be doing a pretty darn good job right now, as we are now moving forward with the next iteration as a matter of Web3. All right? So, finally, I want to say a couple of things. If you have any crypto assets on a centralized exchange, move it to your own wallet ASAPidly, like right now, like ahorita. And if you don't know how to do that, go to advantageevans.com, sign up for either one of my free webinars or join my courses and communities. I have a lot of opportunities at a lot of different price ranges, including free 99 on my resources page, to get involved and to get unbiased, non-carnival barking information to help you engage in this space safely, legally, and confidently, as I always say. So if your cryptocurrency is on Gemini or Kraken or Coinbase or Binance.us, all of them, any of them, trade on those platforms. But after you've completed your trades, get your fiat, that's your government issued money, and your crypto assets off of the exchange and into a wallet that you control. These exchanges aren't banks. They are marketplaces to connect buyers and sellers. There are important opportunities to earn interest, yield, make loans, etc. But there are also cold storage and decentralized platforms for that purpose as well. Learn how to do this. You can. That's what my course is for. That's what my membership community is for. That's what the coaching opportunities that I've created to provide you the support that you need to enter confidently in this space and do so in a way that protects you and your future. There's no point in talking about generational wealth if you enter this space like it's a casino. We're playing the long game. If you're trying to get rich quick and get out, This is not the podcast for you. Advantage Evans is not the space for you. If you are prudent, disciplined, and thinking about the long game and staying ahead of the curve, this is exactly where you need to be. In my Future of Wealth e-learning suite, check it out at advantageevans.com. Final reminder, the losses experienced by people in the FTX collapse occurred not only because of Sam's alleged criminal fraud and activities, but also because they blindly trusted a centralized exchange and left their assets on the exchange. I get it. Centralized exchanges are the easiest way to onboard and to go from cash to crypto, as I say in my flagship program, but it's not without its risks of loss. Self-custody puts you in control of your finances and future. Learn how to do that safely in one of my courses or communities. Remember, not your keys, not your crypto. Please remember that. I talked about a renewed call to improve your self-custody IQ last Tuesday with my club members. We discussed ways to winterize your portfolio like you winterize your car in colder regions. So this is a friendly reminder. I'll be covering this in my year-end 7 days of crypto mini course and self-custody best practices and resources so that we'll remain focused on protection and also growth. So find out how to join my Grand Slam Circle membership or take a course, either the short course or the longer versions. The crypto industry is ever evolving and changing. So stay connected to continuing crypto education. You can do this. My membership community, online content, all of that, the coaching can help. And finally, I want to hear from you. So leave me a voice message at speakpipe.com/Tech Intersect. That's SpeakPipe, SpeakPipe.com/Tech Intersect. And I'll select some questions to play and answer on upcoming episodes of Tech Intersect. Okay, that was a lot, so take it all in. Go out there, make good choices. Until next time, of course, continue to shine. Thank you so much for listening to the Tech Intersect podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you love it, please tell the world. If not, go ahead and tell me. And in either case, drop a comment or ping me on social media at IPProfEvans with the hashtag TechIntersect. And finally, a quick reminder on digital safety. There are a lot of scammers out there impersonating me and others, and I need your help. Now hear this, and remember, I will never slide into your DMs to say peace and blessings or hey, and I will never reach out to solicit your time or your money on social media like ever. I'm not a trader. I am an educator and an attorney licensed in 4 states. Thank you very much. I'm here to inform, inspire, and empower. No cap and definitely no Forex. So be careful, make good choices, and remember, I developed an entire free masterclass about the topic of digital safety in the crypto space. So check out secureyourcryptobag.com for more information. That's secureyourcryptobag.com. All right, that's all for this episode. Until next time, continue to shine.